Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Abishai Bahashem Bakakwadash. Double honors be unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers who do this work in truth and sincerity. To the confusion of faith brothers joined unto our ranks. All right. To the hopefully elect, the Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you, I say Shalom. It's your brother Malcolm from GMS Chicago, coming at you with another lesson. And the name of this video is called White Man Shows Biblically Who the Real Israelites According to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. And, you know, this is a glorious time that we're living in because all the prophecies are popping off. We're literally witnessing the destruction and the downfall of Esau, Edom. Who is the so-called white man? His grip that he has on the world, his temporary blessing is coming to an end. All right, both financially and physically. You know, the dollar's failing, his systems are failing. The people of the world are at odds with them. Their birth rates are low worldwide. They're being made small among the heathen, just as Obadiah the 4th chapter have said. Their birth rates are down in every state in America. They're being made small, and the biggest increase was among so-called blacks and Latinos. So I'm going to read a couple scriptures and then we're going to let him speak. This is Esther, the 3rd chapter, and I'm going to start at, I'm going to read like verses 1 through 5. And it said, after these did Cyrus promote Amon, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and the Agagites are sons of Amalek, and Amalek is a son of Esau, Edom. All right, so Haman was an Edomite, okay, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him, and all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did he reverence him, nor did him reverence. The king's servants which were in the king's gate said unto Mordecai, why transgressest thou the king's commandment? Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand, for he had told them that he was a Jew. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then Haman was full of wrath. Why? Because Esau knows that we're above them. All right, through the spirit. And Esau has wanted his birth rate back. There's your buddy Daniel Mayo there when he made his famous video. Got his 15 seconds of fame saying that he's Esau Edom and he wants his birthright back. Birthright was never meant for you, Esau Edom. Okay, it was already prophesied that it would go to the second son, which was Jacob. All right, who's the forefather of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, so-called. Okay, next scripture is 2 Ezra 6 and 27, 28. And this is one of my favorite scriptures. I can read it every day because this is what's happening. And it reads, Salaki, I'm in the wrong chapter. I'm in 7, I need to be in 6. It says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. And as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. All right? And we're standing in the gates of the nobles, man, telling these Edomites to their face, the men of GMS, that so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and our confusion of faith brothers that are scattered among the heathen, that look like the heathen, including like this guy here. All right. I'm not saying he's confusion of face. What I am saying is that some of our people are going to come looking like him. Point blank, period. Like it or not. Okay. It's all because Israel got scattered to the four corners of the earth amongst all people, among all nations. And as long as that male sperm line, seed line survived, doesn't matter what you look like. If you come from the sperm line of an Israelite, all right, then you are Israelite, even if you don't look the way we did in the ancient world.
You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians are the Israelites of the Bible, according to the curses of Deuteronomy 28. And the simple fact of the matter is that my people have lied to you and the whole world about the Bible and have sought to paint their images over your images and to replace you in the Bible, which is your history, heritage, and culture. Now I want to go into Deuteronomy chapter 28 and read. This is Moses talking to the children of Israel after they've come out of Egypt, bondage. This is Moses talking to the children of Israel. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Here he is talking to the Israelites. The second verse, he begins to go into the blessings that would be put on the Israelites if they would keep the commandments. That says that they'd be blessed in the city, blessed in the field, and basically blessed in everything that they would undertake to do. They would lend to other nations, but not borrow, things of that nature. But in verse 15 of Deuteronomy chapter 28, it says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now I want to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, and read one of those curses that all Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians, should immediately be able to identify with, proving that you are the Israelites of the Bible. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more. The it is referring to your homeland, Israel, Jerusalem. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. So wherever you got off of those ships, who you were sold to, those are your enemies, according to God. For bond men and bond women, and no man shall buy you. That word buy means to redeem. And many have came and tried to redeem the Israelites. Marcus Garvey tried and failed. Malcolm X tried and failed. Martin Luther King Jr. tried and failed. Now, as far as it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. The word Egypt is a word that means bondage, house of bondage. It is a Greek word. The Bible explains and proves itself. And I'm going to go to Exodus to prove that Egypt, that y'all being brought back into Egypt again with ships, is not referring to you going back into the land of Egypt literally again, but is referring to you going into slavery again. This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 21. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. What is another word for bondage? Slavery. So the reason that the Israelites went into slavery is because they chose not to keep the covenant that God made with them and them only. So I hope that you found this video edifying. I hope that it helps to wake the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, who, according to the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28, are the Israelites of the Bible. And with that said, I'm going to say shalom, and I will see you again in the next video. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so we're going to pause it right there. And you're already going to have people that are going to speak nonsense. On his video, I saw some of the black-only Israelites, you know, only the so-called blacks are Israelites. That's for a lack of understanding and knowing history. The slave trade started with the so-called Latinos and Native Americans. It started with them. Those very same slave traders that were selling the Negroes, taking them back and forth to from Africa to America and from Africa to so-called Europe. They were first dealing in human cargo with the natives and the so-called people of the islands, the people in South Central America and in the islands. All right, which the oldest forms of Hebrew writing was found among them. And the scripture in Jeremiah 30 and 53, it reads, "Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah," that's the northern and the southern kingdom. All right, the ones that were in Africa were mainly the southern kingdom, and the ones that were here in the Americas was the northern kingdom, referred to as Israel. All right, the kingdom of Judah was mainly in in Africa, on the west coast of Africa, and the kingdom of Israel was primarily in north, south, and central, and the islands here in America. Point blank, period. All right, Jeremiah 50 and 33. "Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go, and they never let us go. And then they lied about us and had us looking different because of the different captivities, all right, the different mixtures, all right, and then they told us we were different people, and they've been teaching that lie ever since. And now the Lord is closing up the breaches and bringing our people back together. And those of you that don't want to get with it, just die, because that's exactly what's going to happen to you. And I don't feel a damn thing for you. The scriptures clearly says that 2/3 of us need to be cut off and are going to be cut off and die in the book of Zechariah. And those of you who don't want to believe that truth, you're of the 2/3. You're going to die. And we'll see you when you come back on the other side. Then you'll be righteous. Okay? So let's click to another video.
There's nothing you could do against the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It's been tried and purified 7 times. You can't combat your own way of thinking what the scriptures is with the truth. The truth is going to out-trump you every time. And the Lord has given his word to his servants. And that's why they hate us. Because we have the truth, 100% truth. Okay? St. John 17 and 14. "I have given them thy word, and the world have hated them." So the Lord said the word that he's giving his men, the world is going to hate you for it. So the men that's teaching the truth directly and correctly, they're going to receive hate more than love. They're going to receive cruel words more than cheers and applauses from the people. That's prophesied in the Bible of the characteristics of the men of the Lord, of what they were going to have to go through, the afflictions and persecutions that they were going to have to bear for teaching the word.
That's right. The brother spoke the truth. It says in Amos 5 and 10 that they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. We're rebuking you. All right? And like in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1, when it said, "Them who stood so stiffly for the name and for the truth." And who did that? The men of GMS, from the apostles on down. It's over for you Edomites. Call Halal Yahweh Bashem Awashai by Hashem Rakak Wadash and Wa Abad Babal.